Hi, my name is Shane. I'm with Quality Farms here in Anguilla. We have two locations. One of our locations about 4 acres, and then the other location is about a ½ acre. Some of the crops we grow are tomatoes, watermelon, red watermelon, yellow watermelon. We also tried the orange watermelon at one time. We grow green onions, we grow cucumbers, we grow a variety of peppers, purple, orange, yellow, green. So we are currently in this location for about 3 years. I'd like to express my thanks to the OECS and the European Union for recognizing Anguilla for this grant funding. I think it's a great benefit to the island and the farmers. It certainly helped us a lot with the expansion, and it allowed us to open the second location. This expansion allowed us to produce more food and supply the market as needed. It allowed us to grow more crops, and this has been a great benefit for Anguilla because it allowed us to expand in our markets and provide the market with much more variety. I recognize that farming is a very important field to the region, just so that we can supply ourselves with food and be able to eat. Whether the outside world is affected or not, we should not be affected by those things. We want to encourage young persons who are interested in finding a career. I would want to encourage them to try farming. It's a very good thing. It's a win-win situation. It benefits both parties, yourself and other people.
My name is Maurice Lake. I'm probably in the farming business from the time I was 7 years. So we're talking about at least 54 years now. Farming is a very important factor of any country. You can see how the world is going today. There's a problem with prices rising, so that definitely is an incentive where we should definitely increase production. I've received some drip hose, and the main hose and the secondary hose, also with some fittings and things for it, and the ground cover. And so far, I think the stuff is very good. Actually, I've been doing this fabric stuff probably for 30 years. I think probably one of the first that probably brought it on the island to use as for the farm itself. It saves you a lot of time, saves moisture, helps in a lot of the weeding, and it keeps the plants and the fruits much cleaner than if you're probably on the open soil. Well, I must say thanks to OECS and the European Union, all those who see it fit that this was very important for us to have. I am more than thankful because I just moved from the valley last April, come to this new area here. And a lot of my stuff had been, I say, used probably for the past 10 years, so it's on the old side. And when this stuff came in, it was perfect. Perfect timing, so they helped me to get to cover probably at least a little more half than my space than with what cover I had left that was in good shape. More than thankful for it, more than thankful.
We are standing here at the future site of the Royal Bastia Valley Arboretum.
This area here is part of an aquifer.
It currently supplies around 40% of the current supply for St. Kitts.
This site was established as a protected area in 2011, so it's about 2 square kilometers. Part of the OECS project was to create a fencing to basically beautify the area.
When the friends start going up, persons started getting concerned.
They want to know what's going on over
here. And this area here is to be used as an arboretum.
The arboretum will provide a lot of tree coverage.
Schools can bring students here for educational outings.
What we are trying to do is trying to make it a recreational area as well.
Runners can have a safe place to do their exercise, and of course families and friends can have a safe and natural, beautiful place to conduct their picnics and their outings.
But this gives everybody a place to come and let your children run wild.
With the resources that we have, and grateful to OECS and the European Union for their funding, is to push this plan forward
Our job is to keep it clean also.
And so we just want the citizens of this country to just come, enjoy it, and protect it.
Oh, yes.
It's not just for you, it's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
The Body Ponds watershed is one of the most significant watersheds in Antigua and Barbuda.
Initially, when the concept of integrated watershed management came up, the Body Ponds was identified as one of those critical areas which would have influenced our natural groundwater, surface water supplies, as well as being a critical area for agriculture. Body Ponds area was the fruit basket of Antigua and Barbuda a long time ago, and because of its degradation, it changed from fruit basket to a very limited area.
What we discovered is that the lemongrass was introduced in Antigua in the 1920s. Initially, it was brought here in the Body Ponds area as a means to control erosion. That particular practice has caused the lemongrass to spread dramatically in the lower areas. The lemongrass has a chemical in it that's very flammable, so when it burns, it explodes and throws fire to the top of the trees. So every year they would burn the lemongrass when in their attempts to begin agricultural production. The grass burns, explodes, throwing fire to the top of the trees burn back.
If there's ever a fire break out and these electrical lines get damaged or the building becomes compromised, then we'd have a major problem. The nation would have a partial water loss.
One day as we were driving through, a farmer stopped us and said, listen, he had made some experimental terraces on his farm for water collection. And very coincidentally, those actually stopped a fire that was coming into his farm.
The terrace has what I would call a twofold effect. It would provide that barrier, fire trail, as some people would refer to it as, once we maintain the brush, of course, to prevent the fires from jumping into the farmers' plots.
And what these terracing does is encourage water to collect on the hillside to prevent erosion and soil deterioration from runoff.
How the terraces were constructed, we control where the water is going and how much water goes in that area.
We want to ensure that we capture that rainwater, minimize the impact of that rainwater on soil, preventing soil erosion, and also to improve infiltration rates, and where possible to improve surface water.
As part of the sustainability component for this project, it was decided that it's better we got the community involved. And the best way is through an ecotourism or agritourism project. The building that was constructed from the project will be used not only as an office and storeroom, but also as an interpretation center where guests to the area will begin their visit.
So the interpretation center would provide what you may call the theoretical aspect, and then the visitors will be able to journey through the watershed and see the practical application of what the interpretation center is referring to.
Part of the project would ultimately be some training, because we will be training individuals in tour guiding and how to function, how to reap the most benefits from what is being established. It has always been an agricultural zone, but now we're incorporating tourism into it.
I expect that the center would provide some support as it relates to educating the community in relation to watershed management, which is very important, because within that watershed we have a number of farmers, livestock farmers, crop farmers, and persons who also develop their livelihoods from operating within the forest.
What we hope it will offer is a reconnection of the community with its ecosystem, and to recreate those ecosystem benefits that the community would have traditionally had access to.
As it stands right now, we have just about 20 acres of fruit trees already planted, and maybe about 15 of which is fruiting trees right now. Generations from today can look back and say thank you, even then, as we are saying thank you right now. I'm truly grateful to the European Union for providing the funding through the OECS ILM project to complete this project.
This ILM integrated land management project is something that the forestry department really needed to support its forest management program.
One of the component that we had is where we do improve forestry management in the Upper Cumberland watershed.
Many of the plantation that we have in the Upper Cumberland watershed was very much in need for forest management practices.
Which would have included thinning of forest plantation tinning, the building of check dams, and so on to reduce the sediment loading and runoff in the stream.
In the early 1980s, the establishment of the hydroelectricity plant and also the capturing of potable water for drinking. Many of these areas, over 19 acres of land that normally was cultivated for agriculture, we had to plant these areas.
So we are thinning the plantation, one, to reduce the sediment loading so that we could get a bit more growth on the forest floor, and two, to improve the diversity for the other proper functioning of the ecosystem.
Under this project, we were able to cut, convert, and have available dried material, well, in the process of drying still, material of blue maho.
It is important that you have 3 levels within a forest. So you have your canopy, your other succession, second level, and then the tertiary level, you have your emergent species that are coming out. In a blue maho plantation, sometimes you do not have that lower story. And then with heavy rains, you have gully formations. So under this project, we are able to do check dams to stabilize those gullies that are being forming. Along the riparian areas, or river areas where these trees were getting too big and heavy, we were able to lessen the load or the weight on the river banks. So we were able to cut some of these, thin out some of these trees. Under the ILM project also, there is the capacity building. We're able to have over 25 of our forestry officers and technical aides to participate in forest management course.
So I got the opportunity to go to Trinidad and Tobago at the ECAF campus to study forestry and getting my forestry diploma through the OECS and the European Union, which I truly appreciated.
With the information gathered and learned in Trinidad over the 2 years period, I could see that it could be applied in St. Vincent and Grenadines for the foreseeable future.
Subjects like dendrology, climate change, silviculture, agroforestry.
We would have welcomed the training that the guys, our 3 counterparts, would have received at UTT, all up under the ILM project. The impact of it is already being felt. Kudos to the OECS team, not only in providing us with the opportunity and resources under this project, but to the way that they would have worked along with us.
I just want to say a wonderful thank you to the OECS/European Union for giving me the opportunity to finish my diploma in forestry for 2 years. It was a wonderful experience.
The concept for the Tissueculture Lab came from the Department of Environment, and it was birthed out of this desire to see Montserrat improve agriculturally, which feeds into biodiversity.
For this reason, we try to approach for funding from the OECS through the ILM projects to get tissue culture labs.
And because of the technology that we're using here, rapid reproduction is more achievable than if we were to use the traditional way of propagating from just seeds alone.
Initial design started 3 years ago with a visit to Montserrat, where we carried out a needs analysis.
We saw a deficiency in terms of agriculture on Montserrat, having been depleted and as a consequence of the volcanic eruptions which would have decimated the industry. Prior to the volcanic eruptions, agriculture on Montserrat was our mainstay.
In terms of climate change and all these droughts that we're getting recently and the unpredictable weather patterns, it's becoming increasingly difficult to have a sustainable crop of any kind on island at the moment.
It's a great initiative. What it does is ensure that we have disease-free plants for farmers. And in an area, well, it just came up from Dominica from an environment council of ministers, and the big theme there obviously is climate resilience. So this does help us to promote climate resilience as well.
So the tissue culture lab now, we see it as a way to advance technologically and improve agriculture on Montserrat.
With our new agriculture transformation strategy, where we're looking to increase production over many sectors, this is a extremely necessary piece of equipment that the ministry will be receiving.
Being able to produce plants that are disease-free and in large amounts would sort of, in a way, increase the dependability of the farmers on us.
It will help us to grow better crops and more productive.
We can supply them with the right planting material. We should see better yields in the future.
My understanding is that Antigua doesn't have, I don't think that St. Kitts have, I don't think Nevis has. So this is going to be a sort of hub. So the potential is there for us to collaborate.
We just say thank you to the OECS Commission. This shows regional collaboration on something that's really needed in an island like Montserrat, where we're actually actively rebuilding.
Under the ILM, we actually had like 4 or so components, although it's one of the smaller projects, and with a funding of just over 200,000 euros. We have a few components. The vetiver nursery was one of the components that would have actually fed into some of the riverbank stabilization and working with farmers and so on to do some erosion control measures on their property, areas that are degraded, especially areas that are prone to erosion and mass wasting. But in addition to that, the ILM project is also spending some investing in, one, doing a riverbank policy in the Soufriere River and the Soufriere watershed. We can actually apply it to the rest of the island. That would actually help us, help the government agencies to operate in a manner that will help to enhance, build resilience on our riverbanks, enhance the vegetative cover, rehabilitate the riparian buffers and so on, and as well as consider the livelihoods and tangible benefits to farmers. We are also doing a legislative review of the Soil and Water Ordinance, which is from 1945. This is also hopefully should be over soon. The project is also investing in some of the infrastructural development of our capacity or gaps that exist within our agency, where we're going to be getting some equipment for FMIS, also helping us with some equipment for our conference room. This is a strategic partnership that has benefited our department as well as St. Lucia, by extension, the people and the government and people of St. Lucia. So we would like to thank the OECS as well as the funders, the EU, and hopefully we can get another cycle of GCCA funding, right? That can actually help to plug the gaps and so on that exist from a funding and capacity development perspective.
Our national intervention here in Grenada is the construction of a new administrative and training center here at Granbriar Estate in the parish of St. Andrew. The Granbriar Estate, it is managed by the Agronomy Division of the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, and that division in particular carries out a lot of research with regards to new plant varieties.
There are 3 main components, as you mentioned, of this project. There is the biosecurity aspect, which involves basically controlling what comes in and what goes out from the estate. And that includes putting in of perimeter fencing, putting in of disinfection baths, and also gates so that you can basically invite and uninvite people within the facility. There is another aspect that involves development of soil and water conservation measures, which would be on the outside of the fence facility. The third aspect is the building that you see at my back, which is actually the training center that we are now constructing.
My profession is civil engineer, so I make sure that everything goes, oversee the project from initial stage to make sure that the structural integrity of the project is kept with the drawing.
I have to ensure that all the tools and materials that they need for the site is with them, or they have it available for them to do their job.
As part of this project as well, it involves improving the road conditions. The Government of Grenada and the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry is very grateful to the European Union for providing this funding for this project, and we're very appreciative of the tremendous support that we have been receiving from the implementing agency, which is the OECS Commission. Having these improvements here is helping to enhance their capacity to conduct even more research or expand the scale of their research, and that will redound to the benefit of the farmers in Grenada and the entire country as a whole with regards to helping to improve the food and nutrition security of the country.
My name is Bradley Guy. I'm the forest officer who is responsible, focal for the ILM Integrated Land Management Project that is being managed by the OECS Commission and funded through the European Union. This is the second phase of a very important concept of land management that we have been looking at. We started with sustainable land management, and now we're looking at the integrated land management.
For many years now, being born and raised in Taru, we have had problems with fires, where fires are set from the community of Mana or even from those doing gardening close by, and it causes a danger to the homes that are higher up on the hillside of the village. And so many persons have to call the fire service or get out of their homes because of these fires.
The whole concept of integrated land management is actually putting together concepts of the sustainable land management, which is the land management aspect of it, and then we're looking at community livelihoods as part of the whole climate change mitigation, adaptation concepts. We're looking at continuing the reforestation of the degraded forest types, as we could have seen, especially by the invasive lemongrass species.
We have a good amount of area completed with the contour drains mapped out and dug after grubbing off the lemongrass, which was the main objective, and then laying coconut matting along the berms of those drains, planting vetiver just above the drains, and then our agroforestry trees, saplings, all interspersed around the site.
Also, we did the community livelihood aspect of the project. As we mentioned, we asked the communities what they were interested in as part of climate change adaptation, and something that actually would have complemented the reforestation component. So they decided that they were into beekeeping.
Without bees, obviously, we're going to run into food shortages.
One of the main things that I received was a Nook box of bees.
Learning how to actually do splits to create more bees.
Having done this training, I have turned my one Nook into 3 hives.
Prior to the training, I had about 3 hives. Right now we're up to 10.
In our initial training, we were taught hive maintenance, the life cycle of a bee, the life cycle of a colony, and what to expect.
While you build back that ecosystem, bees also help with the pollination of both the fruit trees, forest trees, ornamental trees, etc.
The project has great impact. We are seeing that as it clears a substantial portion of hillside of the lemongrass, the invasive species that's here. And particularly on this western coast of Dominica, where it's a bit more arid as well, really giving it a jump start with the contour drains, allowing infiltration of the water and recharge of groundwater, and giving the ground, the earth, a chance to really bring back the forestry species and connect the ripnorine forest, which we see in the valley.
Most of the persons on this in these disturbed forest areas would say that we should replant some of the species that they know that are good for the bees.
Now we're at the stage where up on top of the ridge we are preparing and actually just starting the construction of our ferrocement water tank and a rainwater harvester.
The whole fact of the tank helps with the irrigation component, and we are trying to push also some part of some vegetable production. While you're doing, there is some space in between the reforestation zones where we see people can do actually some vegetable smaller plants. So the water actually, while will assist in the larger plants, can also do the smaller, smaller plants.
When it's completed, what we hope for is that we'll have less of these fires coming closer to us, and that also the grass that is there will be able to trap all that soil, that there will be no erosion, that soil wouldn't come down into further down. And though we're holding back the soil means that even persons can do pot gardening within these areas. As a community member, with our group, we call ourselves the caretakers of the community. And so what we want to do is to try to, in some form, maintain what is happening up there, that it can be viable for those that are after us. Even the younger ones, when they come, we teach them what it's all about, tell them what it's all about, and help them to really be able to be part of what is happening within the community and on the surroundings, that they too can benefit from it.
I think we benefited a lot from it.
I would be happy to see some form of employment for some persons reusing this very same grass to produce anything like mats and straws, and those things.